What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I hope you're having an amazing day. In today's video we are going to be taking a look at Galaxy J6 Plus the 2018 running the latest update of Android 9.5 with the skin oneui. Now finally Samsung has given the oneui update for the both J4 Plus and the J6 Plus. Like right now I have both of them. Like if you want to check the J4 Plus review, you can just press the I button over there on the top right corner. But seriously, hands down, one of the shittiest phones that I've actually tested the oneui on, cause literally both of them are running Snapdragon 425 and I have actually pressed Snapdragon phones to be running better with the oneui. Like I have seen a massive improvement from J8 running Oreo to Pi, like that's a Snapdragon 450 phone I guess. Then again Galaxy N9 was one of the best ones, but then again that's Snapdragon 660, one of the higher end chips. But still this is Snapdragon 425 and it's not even that of a bad chip, but oneui is a laggy mess over here. Like literally I have like hated both of them phones from the last night that I'm using them. But then again, let's just keep that aside and let's just take a look at the features that we get, cause these phones are running a very scaled down version of oneui. Like literally there are no animations, there is no blur and everything. It's just plain simple oneui, like the one-handed usage and stuff that it comes with. So again, this is a laggy mess. This update is just yeah, even you can see over here, even in the Bixby home, this is not just that is happening right now. I have done so many reboots and everything, just for stopping stuff in the background, but still this thing just lags. Like this is the prime example in the Bixby home, but the UI overall just lags. So again, taking a look at over here, as you can see, very new icons over here, very flatter UI than before. But then again, if you go to the phone sample and stuff, as you can see, it takes a while to open, and then again there is a logo, then there's the apps. Like, are we living in 2015? What the hell is this, Samsung? But then again, the dialer looks a bit weird, to be honest. Like it should be looking like this, at least on my S10 Plus. As you can see, it's very far up there and weirdly adjusted. Again, the screen calibration for LCD is a bit weird. As you can see, it's just a weird green tint over there. But then again, this is your phone app. You have the recent stuff. You can of course scroll down for your contacts. Then again, the contacts actually get these beautiful icons over here as the logos. But then again, the app opens again in half. Even if you go to the contacts app, it will just open in half, cause that's the oneui, one-handed usage. Cause of course you can reach this part of the screen easily with your thumb. And here you go. The UI is now much more bigger than before. As you can see, for the sub menus, very easier to use. And then again, this is the messages app and pretty much just normal. But even the messages app just takes a while to open. Like there is a logo and then there's the app. I seriously don't know why it just takes so much time. But now here is the clock app. Even in the clock app, if you set an alarm, it will tell you how much time it is to just ring the alarm, which is again pretty great optimization by Samsung. Again, you completely miss out on your, why are there so many missed touches? Again, swipe UI is completely gone, which I really miss in oneui. Like I know it's much more easier to use the buttons on the bottom now, but seriously I used to love the swipe based UI. Then again, on the home screen, nothing much. It's just your normal shortcuts and stuff and the app icons, nothing much. But as you can see, this is a pretty bloated phone, to be honest, at least in India. As you can see, you get pretty much everything like the daily hunt and stuff, share chat, like who even uses it. Then you have Samsung Max for data saving and stuff, and pretty much nothing else added over here. FM radio was actually present before, I guess. Yep, I can't remember having that, but this is not my phone. I have just bought it for the review. Then again, talking about the UI, the UI is again very bulky and huge than before. And again, these are just huge phones, to be honest. You can't use this with one hand. I can actually use S10 Plus with my one hand, but this is just a difficult mess. But then again, just expanding the quick settings panel, you can just quickly drag it down. And then again, even there is a bit of a lag over here. If you're watching this in 1080p 60 fps, you can't actually make that much, but it's laggy. Then again, even the toggles, you have new toggle for navigation bar, which is much more handier than before. Like the navigation gesture system for these phones was just hectic, to be honest, before. Then you have kids mode over here, which is essentially the same thing, but now you get integration into the system. You have night mode, which I will talk about later on. Then again, pretty much nothing. Ultra data saving and sync icons just look a bit older. That's weird, but you do get a settings icon over there. Going to the recent apps panel, now you get a very stack like UI rather than being the 3D one. As you can see, you can now swipe around for the apps. Again, you can expand it right over here. Very smooth animations, to be honest, at least for over here. Then again, you have recently used apps. Of course, you can just switch them off. Now, why is it opening on the left? Then again, you can of course go to the settings and just turn them off if they are just causing a bit of a lag. You can of course search through over here, which is a new one. My S10 doesn't have it. Then again, if you just want to quickly jump between the apps, you can of course do that by scrolling around with the nav bar, as you can see, like this. Pretty handy stuff. Again, this is the first build of Android Pie, so again you don't get the whole nav bar and it's a bit laggy one. Then again, going through another apps, pretty much nothing. They just get plainer and easier on the eyes. As you can see, everything is just big and flat. Again, why is the calendar app lagging? Like this is literally running at like 10 to 20 FPS. What the hell? But this is your menu again. You get a very flatter search bar over there, nothing new in that. But if you just go to the settings quickly, this is your settings app, very plain than before. You have account over here, then again search, which is pretty much more handy than before. Going to the sounds and vibrations, you get nothing new. There is no separate app sound and stuff. You just get your normal advanced sound settings and sound quality effects like the Dolby Atmos for the earphones, and pretty much nothing new. If you go to the notifications, now you have status bar options right over here rather than being inside the display, which is again very nice touch by Samsung. If you go to the display, you have adaptive brightness, no usage patterns resetting for it. Then you have night mode. Now night mode is complete dark mode for your whole UI. Again, this is not an AMOLED panel, so it doesn't make a lot of sense. But if you are a fan of dark UI or black UI, here you go. Your UI now completely becomes black, as you can see, for all the apps, even for the quick setting panels and stuff. But then again, going back, you have blue light filter, nothing new in that. Scrolling down, nothing much. But if you go to the navigation bar, now it's much more easier to understand how to hide your navigation bar. To be honest, you can just literally use the full screen gestures or just disable the hints for it. Again, you can of course toggle it through over here. Then again, going back, wallpapers and theme, nothing much. If you go to the lock screen, you have clock styles, which is pretty much as same as before. You just get new oneui clock and all the clocks stay the same. You have colors and literally you can now adjust it for the adaptive or literally anything. Then again, scrolling down, nothing much. If you go to the notifications, now you get all new style for icons only. Now this is not all new for some of the Samsung phones, but it might be for this one, I don't really know. But you can hide content over here directly or switch back to brief or detailed. Now detailed really same as what you get before, just the UI is a bit different. For example, now you can of course adjust the transparency as before or just reverse the text color. Pretty handy stuff, but I just love the icon only. It's much more private. Then again, going back, biometrics and security, literally nothing. It was actually running September security patch when I last got this phone, but now it must be updated to something like April. Yep, April 1, which is pretty great. Now scrolling down, nothing much in the accounts. If you go to directly advanced features, you don't get a lot of things like A or A series phones like the lift to wake up and stuff. You just get your finger gestures like this is the J6 Plus, so of course you can do this because of the side mounted fingerprint scanner, and pretty much nothing has been added. But you do get reduced animations, which is, I don't know how it just makes sense. Like these are the animations from a normal oneui phone. Like if you just go on home, tap the phone app, it zooms in, zooms out, zooms in, zooms out. Oh, here it's already nothing, like literally pop. Now if you just reduce the animations even more, I literally don't know what it just cancels out. Like literally it's still the same. I mean, I know the fading is now much more faster, but still, what the hell is Samsung doing over here? Like these phones, I won't actually recommend anyone, but I was considering them because of the build quality. They get a very nice back, as you can see. This red color looks very nice, but in today's day and age, when we have the Realme and the Redmi Note 7, these phones are literally piece of shit. But then again, coming down to another features, literally had nothing like the floating window and stuff to cut down. So you pretty much get game launcher and dual messenger, nothing new. Multi-window has been completely removed from over there. But if you go to the device care, battery, you get your normal battery optimizations like the power mode as before. If you go here to the settings, you get adaptive battery from Android Pie, which is pretty great. Helps in preserving battery. You can completely sleep the apps over here, which I do really use on my S10 Plus. It helps a lot in sleeping, like Share It or Snapchat, which I don't really use. But then again, going down, nothing much has been added. If you go to the general management, just taking a look at the keyboard, you get more options over here like the modes. Then again, what's this? I don't know. What's this icon over here? Like this second one, you can quickly replace the text as before, but I seriously don't know what that is. And you can choose between floating window or just your standard one or the sideways one. But guys, do let me know what is the second option over here. I have no idea. I have never seen it. Again, a newer option that you get over here is text editing, again seen in the newer phones. Basically, it's just a easier cursor to just navigate through your text, like something like this. You can just toggle it over here and go back and forth. I mean, it's much more handy if you're seriously editing some documents and stuff, but who even like uses it? These phones are like massive, you can literally touch anywhere. But then going down to the about phone section, oneui version 1.0, not the 1.1 from the S10 or the S10 Plus, but seriously it just doesn't matter. Samsung just shifts features over here and there. Then again, Android version 9 Pie, the latest and the greatest. Again, the Easter egg doesn't lag over here as this is a Snapdragon phone, but the UI completely just lags everywhere else. But then again, you have kernel version 3.18, so not the latest that Android has to offer, so games will lag despite of this being a Snapdragon phone. And yeah guys, that's pretty much it. The last feature would be the camera, which is nothing much cause it just lags. Like shifting through the modes is a hectic process. It takes like almost 1 to 2 seconds sometimes if you are just have apps opening like above 2 to 3 in the background. Right now it's just doing fine because I have just resetted the phone, but you get your dedicated beauty mode now inside over here rather than being just beside the sticker. That would be much more easier, but Samsung has chose to put it over here. And basically it's just a normal Pixel 3 like UI. You don't get anything like 4K 30 fps recording and stuff, but now you can quickly jump to the full length or just 16:9 or 3:4 aspect ratio. And yeah guys, that's pretty much it for the complete review of J6 Plus One UI update. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you found this helpful, please drop a like. Again, huge thanks to Samsung Smart Cafe in Alibag for providing me this phone so that I can bring this review to you guys, and see you guys in the next one. Peace.